Hello. I'm going to do something a little different this week. I'm going to speak for about 4 or 5 minutes because I'm really jazzed about some information on spontaneous evolution that I'm reading. And then I'll time you for a minute, understanding that you can always pause the video and take as much time as you'd like. So here goes. In reading Spontaneous Evolution, and now the book by co-author Bruce Lipton called The Biology of Belief, which was the background for the science of spontaneous evolution, I'm reading about cells, of which we are made of 50 trillion. And you know, in our lifetime, most of us, DNA was discovered, and it was assumed that the genes, the DNA genes, in the nucleus of our 50 trillion cells was the brains of the operation of the cell, that the DNA controlled our biology primarily. But what the new science is, since we have microscopes that can look into the membrane of the cell, 7 millionths of a centimeter thin, what Bruce discovered, among others, was that the brains of the operation are in the membrane, the semi-porous membrane between the cells, space between. That it was discovered that when a cell was removed, when the nucleus of a cell is removed, the cell continues to live and thrive. It just can't reproduce. So the nucleus of the cell is more the reproductive organ of the cell. But the membrane is that, well, he calls it the magic membrane, that semi-porous space between cells, which allows the environment to influence the cell, so that environment is in charge of what our biology is. Eventually he gets into that environment includes our beliefs. That's for a later talk. But for now, this space between the cells where the brains of our humanity operation is, you might say that's where our mind is, that's where our intelligence is in our cellular community, to me is very much a fractal example. And fractals is something else my head's filled with that I want to talk about and learn. But it's very much the same kind of relationship within our cells, cell to cell, as each of us is as a cell of the evolving cooperative organism known as humanity, something I talked about a few weeks ago and will continue to talk about, that we as imaginal cells, I'm going to talk about imaginal cells again tomorrow, are, it's the space between us, the communicable space, the relational presence space, the psychic membrane between us, which I see as relational presence. That's the cooperative connectivity in which our intelligence lies, the space between where our mind is, as I talked about a few days ago. So here, as I'm in relational presence with you, is a kind of membrane that's so all-intelligent, that depends on us, the we-ness of humanity. Thank you for listening. Now I will time you for 1 minute, starting now. Finish up. Breath of appreciation for each other.